It's been so long. I guess it hasn't been that long. It's been, what, I think 3 days since I last streamed. I wish I could do this more often, but work is very long and I get very tired after I'm done with it. But I'm here now. Yay. And we need to rescue Minerva. Jeez, more people. Okay. So, I think I'm just gonna end up doing this one chapter. If this one is quick enough, maybe another one afterwards. But all I really want to do is get this chapter done so that I can have Minerva and Maria. Heeding Catria's request, Marth draws close to Castle Dale in order to save Maria. However, a large force from Grust appears before him. Hurry, Marth, do not waste a moment. Maria is waiting. Take the castle now. Okay, so for obvious reasons there's a single cleric that's trapped here. Yeah, it's Maria. Obviously healer, that's gonna be very nice, but it doesn't really look like she has anything other than heal, which does suck a bit. And then Minerva, who 14 defense and 9 strength are very, very good to have, and I am excited to get her. Okay. Yeah. Most of my time when I'm not streaming has been spent working, which has been okay. Today was really weird though. My machine that I was scheduled to work or stationed to work at broke down before I was able to get there. So they spent the entire day trying to fix it, meaning that my work day, instead of being a basic task that was pretty simple to do, that I just needed to do for like 8 hours, became trash and recycling duty, which it has its ups and downs. Like, I don't have to worry about trying to keep up with parts in that way, because even though the actual task of getting the parts, putting them together or taking them apart from the excess flash or plastic is pretty simple, there are times where it just becomes very, very difficult to try and keep up with the supply that you get. So in that way it's very nice because, you know, for garbage and recycling duty you can go at your own pace. If you need a little extra time, you obviously have it because you have to go from wherever you get the trash or recycling from all the way over to, or at least for me, I had to get trash cans or recycling bins all the way over to the proper compactors, which there were 2 of them for recycling, which made it a little bit easier for that, but there was only 1 for the trash, and the walk over there from a lot of the stations there and back was already about 6 minutes. I would know, I timed it. Listen, doing that same exact thing for most of my workday, I'm gonna start thinking random thoughts, and one of the first random thoughts that came to my head was, how long does this actually take to get through? So obviously then I can, you know, break it down in my head, figure out how much time exactly I need to do the specific task, so that I could break it down in my head and be like, okay, this is how many times I really need to do it to get through the workday. And for me at least, that makes it a lot easier, because then it becomes less of, oh, I have 8 hours until this is done, and it becomes a lot more of, oh, here's this thing I need to do, I know how to do it, this is how many times I need to do it, and then I'll be done for the day. So in that way, it made it a lot easier for me. it also helps that I like the people that I work with. We get along mostly because we don't really talk to each other. You know, everyone has their own things going on, but I feel like even in workplaces like that where you don't really talk to a lot of your coworkers often, you still really should try and get relationships formed with one another, just so that way, even though you might stay silent most of the time, you can at least know the person you're working next to a bit better, and it'll make you feel a bit more comfortable with your surroundings. That's all it does for me, at least. And then the other thing that I usually do during work is just think about random things, usually whatever's on my mind. Obviously, because I've been playing through Fire Emblem, it's mostly been thoughts about what I think about the games that I've played so far, and any like changes that I would want to make to the story, or like just coming up with different scenarios of what if this game was like this instead, and thinking about how exactly that could work. One that I thought about for a while was what if Three Houses didn't have Byleth as a character, and what would that be like? Would I think would it be more interesting to me? Would it not be more interesting? You know, stuff like that. Personally, that'll never come to fruition, obviously. Even when, I'm gonna say when, because Three Houses is definitely going to get a remake, even if it's gonna be in like 30 years or something like that. When Three Houses gets a remake, Byleth has to be in the game. They're the main character, they're on all the posters, they're in Smash, for God's sakes. They're gonna be in the remake no matter what. But, you know, I just think it could be interesting about, like, thinking about what it could be like if they weren't in the game. And I think it could work to some benefit. Mainly for part 2 of the story, I do really wish that Byleth was taken out of at least the beginning few chapters of the second part of Three Houses, because I feel like the story has to grow so much more to explain, Edelgard, Dimitri, and Claude, and how they're feeling, that having Byleth there, it starts to feel a bit like they need Byleth just to tell the player what exactly is going on. Especially because Byleth has obviously been sleeping for like 5 years when part 2 starts, so Byleth doesn't really know what's going on in the world, and now they have to get an explanation for everything that's going on. And for me, at least, it becomes a little bit annoying in some areas, because it feels a lot more of the telling and not showing. Sheeta, really? It feels more like telling and not showing. Like, it's fine if they need to explain, like, locations, or obviously where the overall war is at right now, but I don't know, I feel like they could have done it in a more interesting way, and they relied on Byleth going into the 5-year coma way too much. It also, I feel like, could have helped, especially for Edelgard. I don't really know what I would do if Byleth wasn't in the game. I think that's mainly just because I feel, for me personally, I probably know the least about Edelgard. Obviously, I've only played her route twice, like all the other ones. Dimitri, though, I feel like I know Dimitri a lot more than Edelgard, and I feel like it could be a lot more interesting if Byleth was out of the picture for Dimitri's story, because it could just add to that overall anger and like all the frustration he's feeling. And then also it would give a lot more moments for some of his childhood friends to actually get in there and have moments with him throughout the story, because if there's one big complaint that I have about the Blue Lions route, even though it is my favorite, my one big complaint is the fact that Byleth is the only one who really goes to Dimitri and tries to help him out. The others try to help him out, but it doesn't really feel like their impact is as great as Byleth's is, which just feels a bit weird because, I mean, Ingrid, Felix, Sylvain, Dedue, they've all known him for such a long time, and just, it's very confusing to me that he would go after Byleth instead of a lot of these other people. Especially someone like Felix, because Felix just lost Rodrigue. He knows what it's like to lose a brother. He's been through loss through a lot of his life, and I feel like Felix could be a lot more interesting of a character to talk to Dimitri about all of this and be like, dude, snap out of it. It wasn't your fault. You're being dumb. And then for Claude as a character is, like, obviously very secretive, and he doesn't tell a lot of people a lot of things about his backstory or, you know, about his childhood. So I feel like getting Byleth out of the story could just give him some more moments of time to himself where he can interact with more of the Elmirans and get some moments there without Byleth needing to be there. Because that's the other thing that I really feel is, in part 2 of the story, you do have some moments where Edelgard, Dimitri, and Claude are alone and get conversations here and there by themselves, but a lot of the conversations usually have to happen with Byleth in there. I don't know, I just feel like it could be interesting if Byleth was out of the story of part 2 of Three Houses. That's probably one of the big ones that I thought of. Really, the other big one is kind of the same scenario. It's what if Corin wasn't in Fates? Really, I feel like both Fates and Three Houses are in very similar situations for me, where obviously Corin and Byleth both need to be there, but I feel like some parts of the story could be a bit more interesting if they weren't. Like, you know, for Fates, you could have Ryoma and Xander and Azura being basically the main characters of the 3 routes. You could have a lot more sections with, you know, them leading their groups of armies and getting stuff going with all that. And most importantly, for me at least, I just would really want it because I feel like Ryoma, Xander, and Azura really should get promotions in those games, and they don't, and it's very, very weird to me. I understand that, you know, Ryoma and Xander are pre-promotes, so technically they're already promoted, and then Azura is the dancer of the games, and you don't, you know, promote dancers in Fire Emblem. That's just not something that usually happens. And the only exceptions to that rule are usually that the dancer just goes into a different class using something like a second seal or going through a different promotion line in Three Houses, stuff like that. But, you know, for how important Azura's story really should be in Revelation, it feels like she's a bit sidelined. And that's so weird, because she really shouldn't be, but she basically is. And then Rome and Xander obviously don't come into the story of any of the routes until either mid to late game. But really, I feel like they should be a lot more important to Birthright and Conquest, respectively. And give them their promotions that they get in Warriors 1. Like, I honestly think those designs for that game are very, very good. So it just feels so weird that you know, these important characters don't get anything. And then going off of the thing of, well, they're pre-promotes, so they basically already have their promotion. Celica starts off as a priestess, which is the promoted version of the female mages in Gaiden and Echoes, but she still gets a promotion in her game, so... And that happened, what? That was the second game, and then I guess also technically the 15th game. But really, she got that promotion in the second game, so they already had the idea of having an already pre-promoted unit getting a new promotion to go with the overall story. So why not do that again? I don't know, I just feel like it's a bit of a missed opportunity, which Fire Emblem does have from time to time. Okay, Roger. I'm very, very worried about these guys, the Wyvern Knights, mainly because I do want to keep Lena alive for now, but I think Wendell should be strong enough to not have to worry about him. Oh, he only has one use of Thunder left, though. I guess I forgot to give him a second tome from the convoy. He'll be fine. He'll be fine. Okay, Marth can go up here. Rapier. Okay. Awesome. My original plan for this game was to try and complete it by the end of this week. That's probably not going to happen because other than this chapter, there's 15 more chapters left in the game. I feel like during the weekend, I'm going to try and get quite a few of them done. And I'm going to try and stream tomorrow and Friday. Yeah, tomorrow's Thursday. Yeah. So I'm gonna try and stream on tomorrow and Friday to try and help out a bit with getting this game done, but it's looking more and more like this game is gonna need that other week, which I'm okay with. You know, I tried. I gave myself a goal and it didn't work. And that's okay. Oh shoot, yes! I was looking at the attack and defense and I couldn't tell if Rad would actually do damage or not. Go Rad! Yeah, I gave myself a goal. It didn't happen. That's okay. Well, we'll get this game done. It shouldn't take too much longer, because I feel like, you know, soon enough promotion items will probably start coming, which will make just all of our characters very, very strong. And then I'm debating in my head, honestly, if I should just try and cheese the final boss, because I know how at least his chamber works in the map, where basically, you know, there are a few healers surrounding him, and there's a single mannequin blocking his the square in front of him. But since Tiki, one of the final characters we're gonna get, is very, very strong, has a lot of defense, and is effective against dragons other than Medius, she should be able to possibly one, maybe two-shot that dragon, and then Marth will be able to just get in there, and he definitely won't get a one-round kill. There's no way, but he'll at least be able to start chipping Medius down. So I think that's gonna be the plan for the final boss, is I'm just gonna try and do that, because I really don't want to take... Oh! That was nice. That wasn't as nice, but Harden got a crit, so I'm okay with the miss. I don't know. I just I think it would be really funny if I just cheesed the final boss. They definitely change. Each Fire Emblem game, I feel like, has a different strat for just fully cheesing the final boss. And there are some games where I feel like it's a lot more difficult to do, especially on the higher difficulties. Personally, my favorite boss that I ever really like cheesed in Fire Emblem was the final boss of Sacred Stones, Formities, because that game is very easy. It's still a Fire Emblem game. You're still going to have a tough time if you don't know what you're doing. But if you understand the basics of how Fire Emblem works, I feel like you won't struggle too much on that boss. I fought Formities, and the first turn, I sent my flyers up, because in that game your 3 flyers are able to do a triangle attack. I sent my 3 flyers up, I got them all in position, and my final flyer, I was just doing the triangle attack to get some damage on him. I was not expecting to kill him. My Wyvern Knight, I believe that it was Tana who I was using for the attack, went over and activated the Pierce skill, and because she activated it, along with the guaranteed critical hit from the triangle attack, Formities died in that one hit, and I beat the game. Part of me does kind of wish that I did actually take that final boss seriously, but it was entirely luck. I was not expecting to get the one-shot kill on him. I was just trying to chip some damage off. But Pierce is just a crazy skill. Like, the skills in Fire Emblem 8, they definitely help to determine what classes are better in that game and what classes are worse. Like, I believe that the Bishop class has effectiveness against monsters, which is decent to have, and can definitely help you, especially like in the late game, but it's still not the greatest thing in the world, because I believe that the effectiveness is still just double damage. But then you have stuff like Pierce on flyers, which gets rid of all defense. It negates defense. That's the word. Yeah. And it just makes bosses so easy to kill. Then there's obviously lethality / assassinate. I don't remember which it's called in that game. Which, you know, automatic kill, very, very nice to have. I think thieves just have, like, the basic steal thing. They do have a promotion in that game other than assassin. They have, because FE8 actually has branching promotions, so you can really choose. I honestly really like it, because let's say you have mercenary. In most Fire Emblem games up to that point, mercenaries would either become a hero or a sword master, depending on the game. And then in FE8, if you have both of those, you can choose if you want to make your unit into a hero or sword master. Heroes are very nice because obviously you get both swords and axes. They usually have pretty good attack stats, decent speed. While sword masters are locked to swords, which is a bit annoying, but they get the bonus of they get the bonus of higher, very, very high speed, and also usually high crit chance, which can just tear through some units. If you make a crit machine, you're going to have a very easy time in certain situations. Of course, you know, with critical hits, obviously you need to make sure you have the, you know, luck for it. Not the luck stat, just like luck in general. Oh, a crit. Which Wendell does not have the luck to survive this. Hopefully he can. I actually didn't check if these guys have javelins. Minerva does. If Minerva... Oh, and so does that person. 10, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Oh! Lena might be in trouble. She'll be fine. It'll be fine. I don't... If Minerva attacks, then yes, Lena will be in trouble. But I don't actually know if she will. I know she's a red unit, but I know how her recruitment method works, which is that you need to talk to Maria with Marth. So I don't know if her enemy AI is turned on to attack an enemy phase, or if you can only attack during player phase. You have to like initiate combat with her. But I guess we'll find out. Oh, there's a sniper. Okay. Caster, come up here. Should be able to get the kill. Unless he somehow misses. What? Whatever. Okay, good. Hardin has a vulnerary. Actually, sniper... It's not that good. Okay, and Hardin has the javelin equipped, so I'm gonna send him up here, because why not? And then he can go ahead, heal with the vulnerary, and if the sniper attacks, then Hardin will be able to counterattack with the javelin. Okay. What's gonna happen? These cavalry aren't scary. These guys are scary. Like, that's a lot of damage. Oh! That's a lot of damage. Shoot. Okay, good. Minerva might go after Wolf. Wolf might die. Two? Oh. Rest in peace, Wolf. Man. If Wolf dies, that's gonna suck. I actually like him. Oh, that's also a lot of damage. Double? Oh. Okay, Minerva. Oh. Oh. Okay. He's okay. Wolf is okay, and so is Hardin. But mainly Wolf. Actually, no, mainly Hardin. One use on the rapier. I'd rather use the full one. It's decent damage, but oh yay! Oh, that was a pretty good level up. Hardin clearly can't double the sniper, but I don't think Caster has enough movement to get there. So I guess Harden's gonna have to... 11 sword? Well, I didn't know those are in this game. That is very, very nice to have, though. 11 swords are 1 to 2 range and do damage based on resistance. So, and obviously 11 swords, so sword units get to use it. That's gonna be very nice to have. It's gonna take down a lot of people very easily. But then the question becomes, do I use it or do I save it? I think current answer is probably to save it. Man, Navarre has a lot of movement, but I moved Marth right there, so Navarre won't be able to try and take care of that dude. Okay, Harden. You're gonna have to try your best. Good luck. This might be life or death for Harden. That's death. Man, I really liked using Harden, but, you know, I was dumb. And this game, it's not like people being dumb. Wolf, you're just gonna go here. Kill this dude. Unless he has a javelin. You can't double? I should have looked at the speed stats. It's not good. It's not good at all. Oh. Awesome. So, this chapter might be a bit of a bloodbath. You can't double? Okay, scratch that. This chapter is going to be a bloodbath. Shit. I don't know what else to say. Draw got the kill? Yay. No, Harden's like 99% sure that Harden's dead. Then everyone else is just trying their best. Wendell can't attack. He doesn't have a tome on him. Lena obviously can't attack. She's a healer. It's not good. It's not going well. I guess Lena can go ahead and kill Wolf. And I'm gonna have to try my luck with Bantu and this Wyvern Knight. He won't be able to... Oh, he might be able to kill the Wyvern Knight. And if he can, then the Pegasus Knight won't be as much trouble. Come on. Please. Just enough. Okay. That's good. I mean, Harden's still dead, which means the events of Fire Emblem 3 are officially non-canon to this adventure. But, on the bright side, Wolf is alive, hopefully. So that's good. Lena might be dead, though. Let's find out. Okay. Unless... I don't think the sniper's gonna retreat to get healing, but... he might. I really hope he does. Okay. Lena, you've got this. You've not got this. You've got this! Okay. That's good. That's good. If the sniper retreats, I'm gonna be very... What? Never punished. Never punished. Harden's alive. And now we just have to kill the sniper. I don't know how. Like, I think for the AI, I believe that the problem was that they were at such low HP that they would need to retreat to a fort to get healing. So their AI is programmed to do that. However, because the only way to get healing is currently blocked, they can't do anything. And they don't think to attack. It kind of reminds me of Red and Blue, how they were programmed where, you know, I think it was like Lance's Dragonite or something like that. Not Lance's Dragonite. I think it was one of Gary's Pokemon would like spam barrier because it was a psychic move and it would do super effective damage to one of your Pokemon, like a poison type or whatever. But because of how the game was programmed, it actually wouldn't. Oh, crit, nice. It actually, he'd keep spamming barrier to try and do super effective damage, but because barrier doesn't actually do any damage to you, nothing would really happen. I think that kind of scenario might have been how this game was programmed, where the AI would want to retreat to get healing, but because there isn't healing, the AI just waits instead of trying to attack, which, very, very dumb. I think the other thing was also that because Harden had the Javelin equipped, Harden could have counterattacked if he somehow dodged the sniper's move, which obviously very unlikely, but it's still a chance, and maybe the AI tries to factor that in somehow. I don't know, I'm just trying to come up with reasons why this happened, because I am honestly very surprised that no one died there. I thought for sure that at least one person was dead, and no one is. So, I'll take it. I'll take that too. I'll take all of that. Can we get some more strength? That would be nice. No? I'll take speed. I like speed. No? Very good. Everyone should get some speed. You, right now, if anyone is watching, go get some speed. Take that how you will. And by that I mean, you know, go ahead and get some speed from level up. But also do it by how the later Fire Emblem games work and just get it from healing, you know, don't actually kill anyone. That would be very, very dumb. You cannot earn EXP in real life, you cannot level up in real life. Anyways, let's keep going. Another thing, I don't think there's a lot of things I've mentioned where I'm like, I'm not very excited for some of the future games that I'm gonna play. I don't think I've said that yet, but if there's one thing I'm not excited for, it's the fact that mounted units, when indoors, have to dismount. I think that starts in Fire Emblem 3, and it doesn't actually go on for long. I think it's only in like Fire Emblem 3 and 5 where they're forced to dismount indoors, but that just hurts so much. Like, I might not use cavalry units that often, but I do like my flyers, and if flyers start to get dismounted, losing all of that movement, and I believe also losing the ability to use lances, that's gonna suck. Especially since a lot of the later chapters in most Fire Emblem games usually take place indoors, especially the final boss. I'd say like 9 times out of 10, the final boss of a Fire Emblem game is indoors, not outdoors. I could probably, like, you could probably list on one hand the Fire Emblem, the main series games that have their final battle outdoors. Actually, I'll just do it right now. FE1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 10, 11, 12, 14, 14 Conquest and Birthright, 15, 16 Blue Lions. Yeah, those are all the Fire Emblem games with an indoor final boss. FE9, 14 Revelation, 16, aka 3 houses, Black Eagles, Silver Snow, and Golden Deer, which I'm just gonna count as the one game because it was released as one game. And Engage take place outdoors, and even then, Revelations and Engage take place in space, so, you know, it's technically outdoors, but also, like, it's also basically just space. But I'm gonna count it as outdoors. It is outdoors, you aren't stuck in a castle or somewhere else like all the other ones. But, if you put 3 houses at just the one game, which, you know, you really should, it was released as the one, and, you know, you could even make the argument of, well, if you do Fates, and if you separate Fates, then why not separate 3 houses? Well, Fates was released separately, and even then it doesn't matter, because only one of the 3 Fates routes has an outdoor final boss. But for the games, that's 4. There's only 4 final bosses in the main series that I can think of that take place outdoors. So imagine if Fire Emblem 3 and Fire Emblem 5, they kept the thing of mounted units are forced to dismount when fighting on indoor maps. Almost every single Fire Emblem game, you would not be able to use your mounted units. They would be forced to dismount. You would not get your cavalry or your flyers. Everyone would be either infantry units or armored units. That would suck. And then even more than that, I believe, I know it for flyers, but I believe also for cavalry, you're also sword locked when dismounted. Meaning that the only units who would really get lance access are also the armored knights, who you usually don't use in the end game because they're kind of sucky units in a lot of the Fire Emblem games. That's very dumb. I'm very, very, very happy that they got rid of dismounting, and I'm not excited to deal with it in Mystery of the Emblem and Thracia. Speaking of Thracia, I am honestly just very worried for it in general. I think the fact that I've played, you know, quite a few other Fire Emblem games will help, but I don't know. It just feels like a lot of that game, the whole thing is you have to learn these systems and figure out how they work, and you need to take every move into account. And that is probably how you should be playing a lot of Fire Emblem games, but for me personally, I really just like moving my units up and just charging as a force and seeing what happens. And then if someone dies, resetting because I don't want anyone to die. So, not very excited to try and figure out how to learn the systems. Especially because there are a few characters in Thracia that I do think are interesting and I do want to try and keep. There are some other systems in there that I'm also a bit worried for, but at the same time I'm also interested in. Like the whole capture mechanic, I feel like is gonna be really interesting. I'm excited to see how exactly it all plays out and how it all works. But it's also just like, I'm worried that I won't be able to get the hang of it quick enough. At the same time though, usually Fire Emblem games, they give you quite a bit of leeway, especially in the beginning chapters, so that you know the systems that you're playing with and you know how to best use them. Which, awesome. Like, every game should do that. And I'm surprised that some games don't, but I mean, the games that don't, I feel like it's usually either just, they're usually sequel games, and so why exactly should you try and explain the full systems when you have this other game that you can just use? Or like they have a manual for it. Like a lot of older games, obviously, you have the game manuals available to you. Of course, nowadays, with the re-release of old games like this one, I don't have a manual in front of me. I have to figure all of this out by myself. AKA, I have past experience with other games in the series that actually tell me what to do. I will say, I am very, very happy that game manuals aren't really in most video games anymore, or like aren't needed, especially for story reasons, because Fire Emblem 1 story is just not there, and it sucks, because it might be a little bit basic, because it's like blue-haired lord defeats the dragon and wins the princess, and they fall in love and get married to the end. But you know, it's still nice to see in the actual game all of these locations and get to care about these characters instead of just, here's a character, here's their lines of dialogue. Look them up in the manual if you want some more information. So it's I think it's a good thing that the ideas that a game manual originally had have kind of faded out in time. I will say there are some things that I do wish were still there. Like, you know, some manuals were honestly really, really interesting to just look at. My big example for one that's a bit more modern is, or I guess it's not very modern anymore because it's been like 9 years, but the manual for Smash for 3DS was a bit basic, but I still liked its little charm of showing off all of the characters and their moves. I thought it was cute. You know, just stuff like that. It's very, very simple, but it can just provide a lot for a game. Or Mario Galaxy's manual. It's just fun to look at, and you don't always get that anymore. Of course, in saying that, I also don't really read that much anymore. So, I'm pretty sure even if there were game manuals still coming out, I probably wouldn't read them. No, reading for me it can be nice. You know, getting invested into a story is always great, but, you know, there are just some parts about it that it annoys me personally. And I think the main one is just, I really need something to do with my hands. And something like video games that still have a story and still have stuff that you need to read. Like, you know, but then you have a controller in your hands and you can actually press the buttons and you can like just move a stick around while you're reading text, and that just helps me out a lot. It, you know, in a way just helps me keep focused on what I'm reading. Okay, here we go. Maria. Attack. I won't do that. You must be Prince Marth. Wow, he's so dashing. Thank you for saving me. You have to tell my older sister that I am safe. She must be so worried. Another thing, I would like to join you, Prince. Let me stay by your side. Oh, please don't say no. I kinda can't because you joined me already. And yeah, she only has heal. But she's a healer, and I need healers. So, how is she compared to Lena, though? Yeah, she has like 1 more point of strength and 1 more in defense, so, you know, in a dire situation, it might matter, but probably not. Honestly, it might be a bit easier to train up Maria because of that point of defense. Especially since there's 2 healers now. I honestly could try that out on this dude, Zarov. At the same time, he might be too strong. Who knows? You know, I really, really want to use these healers, but the fact that they can only get experience from getting attacked sucks. It is a lot of experience, like, what, 30-something experience for getting hit one time? That's amazing, but, you know, I personally don't feel like it's worth the risk, especially since it seems that healing staves just have a set amount of what they heal, so I don't know, it doesn't really feel like it's worth it to try and train them up, other than to just get them more bulk so that they don't die automatically. Okay, this dude, hero. Oh! So this dude is the promoted Myrmidon for this game. Or mercenary, I guess. That's what they're called. That might be a problem. Marth is very strong, obviously. But I don't know if this dude is standing on anything either. It doesn't look like he is. Because, yeah, it shows what people are standing on when you select them. Right? Yeah. Okay, so he isn't standing on anything, so he can't get any devotion bonuses. I think Sheeta and Hardin, and I think Navarre is down there as well. I think they're all strong enough. Or it's Agma. Where's Navarre? Oh, here he is. Can he reach, though? Oh, he can. I think they're strong enough to take him down. So, we'll go ahead and do that. Actually, I want to get Cass with a silver bow, so Navarre's gonna actually just go ahead and trade over. I don't know if he can use it, but it's worth it to see. Oh, he can. That is very nice. Might as well use him to try and defeat this dude. Obviously, silver bow, lower accuracy, but very, very good damage. 12. Oh. Okay. Sheeta. I'm just gonna go ahead and use the javelins, because this dude is definitely going to, like, the javelins have less accuracy, but I'm gonna guess that this dude does a boatload of damage and is very fast. So, honestly, if these javelins don't kill, he might kill one of us. At the same time, there's those two mercenaries, so. Awesome, Hardin. We love to see it. It's so good. Okay, well, I guess 8 defense, Agma 6 strength, 15 attack. Shouldn't get doubled because of the speed. But I don't know if he has enough attack. Because he's only going to do 1 round. Oh, he has the attack to kill. But the dude dodges. What? He might be low enough, though. It would be kind of funny if that happens again. Like, similar situation to the sniper, where I think that might actually happen. We'll find out. If Agma dies, will I be sad? No. Okay, I've made my peace. If Agma dies, he dies. Don't attack Cheetah, though. If Cheetah dies, I don't know if I'll be able to live with myself. You need healing, right? No? Whoops. Okay. Let's see what happens. And he might attack Castor, because Castor can't attack him back. He might kill Castor. Oh, awesome. That's very... Oh, okay. I'm actually not gonna kill him. And I know that sounds very weird, because he's at 4 HP, why not just kill him? But it's because I believe that he drops a Hero's Crest, which is our first promotion item, and since Navarre is currently level 14, we'll be able to promote Navarre right away. And I think that'll be a pretty good idea. 13. Good enough. Yeah, he's close to leveling up. Okay. But everyone else, I suppose, can start making their way over to the castle. Actually, it should be pretty easy to get over there. I mean, would suck, but they're not the worst thing in the world. I do really hope, though, that Minerva will come over to Marth now that he's out. Okay. Caesar can come here. Love the slow movement. It's so much fun. Good thing is there's only 2 Famicom games, so after that these games should be a lot faster. Okay, heal. And wait. Ow. Okay, awesome. Minerva is moving. Navarre can go ahead. Please get the kill. Come on, Navarre. Oh. Awesome. Okay. And he got the level up. And the Hero Crest. Bit more speed, that's always nice. Okay, and since Minerva is on her way over here, we can just go ahead and get over to the castle, and I believe that she just goes and talks to Marth and gets recruited herself. Honestly, I don't think I'm even gonna move a lot of these other guys, because they're not gonna do too much to the general. I mean, Wendell might need to get over to the convoy, but I think that job is just gonna end up being given to Minerva to get a Thunder Tome from there and get it over to Wendell while everyone else is moving towards the boss. So... yeah, these dudes are still fighting Bantu, and Bantu is gonna be completely fine against them. Okay, let's keep going. And I'm gonna go ahead and promote Navarre now. Why not? Yay! Look at him go. First promoted unit. What can you do now? I don't know. I don't know if they're sword locked in this game. I don't know if he even really got that many stat growths from it. But he's a hero now. So maybe he'll be able to do something more. I don't know for sure though. Okay. And turn. Whoa! What? Where did all of those guys come from? I guess never mind for Wendell. He's probably not gonna get Thunder anymore. Because there's no way that I'm gonna try and mess with all of those guys. Minerva's strong, but I see 2 bows, and yeah, she's gonna get taken down if they get near her. Okay. Greetings, Prince Marth. I am Minerva of Macedon. For saving Maria, you have my thanks. I had no choice but to be your enemy. I regret that very much. Still, many in Macedon do support Dolar, including my elder brother, Michaelis. To me, though, Dolar is responsible for my father's death. I seek revenge for that. I must also worry about my troops, however, especially the 3 White Wings, Pella, Catria, and Est. Dolar feared our rebellion and separated us. If they knew I was safe, they would happily join your ranks. Oh, I detest Dolar for trampling Macedon underfoot. Please allow us to join your fight. Woo! It's very exciting. That's a lot of movement. Yeah! Ugh. And that's like no movement because of trees. Okay. Listen, all that needs to happen now is that Marth gets over here, kills the general. That's the only task left to complete on this map. And possibly at least getting one person over to that convoy so that Wendell can get a Thunder Tome. But after this chapter is over, I'm probably gonna go ahead and end stream because my headphones are about to die. So I really don't want that to happen because I don't actually know how the stream setup will react when my headphones die. So, speaking of which, they just died. Actually, I think hopefully the microphone is still working and stuff, so at least for now, I'm gonna go ahead, try and finish this up. If my voice isn't coming through and you can't hear me, then good luck trying to respond in chat to tell me that you can't hear me because, you know, you wouldn't really be able to. Wait, what else does she? Oh, she has 11 sword. Oh, that's pretty nice. You know what? Might as well just go ahead and test it on this dude. See what it's like. Yeah. Not a whole lot of damage, but, you know, 14 damage, very, very nice to have. 1-2 range, also very, very nice to have. So, okay. I don't actually know if Sheeta will be able to do damage to this guy. His 5 strength, still not a lot. 12 defense. I don't think her sword has enough might, which sucks, but Minerva's so strong that she'll be able to survive a hit or two. And while still making our way over here, might as well have Wendell and Harden go down. Harden can go ahead, get a Thunder Tome, and get over to Wendell, so that he'll actually be useful. It sucks that my headphones died, though. Like, I was really hoping that they wouldn't. I didn't fully know what they were at when I started the stream, but I didn't think they were that low. Oh, he'll be able to survive. Rad's fine. Rad's doing good. Okay. That's so many horses. It's not as many as Genealogy. Genealogy, that's gonna be a fun game to play through. I really don't know how I'm going to stream that though, mainly because usually I try and do, you know, a full chapter at least in a stream. I don't really want to try and end a stream in the middle of a chapter, but that's gonna be necessary for Genealogy because that game is only like 12 chapters long, but those chapters are very, very long. So it's probably going to end up being that I'm going to use the castle checkpoints that they have throughout the game as the quote-unquote chapters, because that's how, I believe that's how a lot of other people basically dictate them. So I think someone did the math, and though there's 12 chapters altogether in Genealogy, the amount of castles makes it so there's technically like about 39 chapters in total, which is quite a bit, but that's also a bit common for many other Fire Emblem games. You know, the amount of chapters in each game can range from something like the Crimson Flower route of 3 houses only having, what, 18 chapters? To, you know, 39 chapters with 39 quote-unquote chapters with Genealogy, and Radiant Dawn technically being split up into 5 parts, but then those chapters are also like an insane number that's close to the 40s. FE7 is like 33 chapters, not even counting the guidance chapters that are in that game. So, you know, it sounds like a lot on paper, but it'll be fine, and it'll probably take as long as a lot of these other games will. AKA, I'd say if I keep this pace for the other Fire Emblem games, my current pace for FE1, I should be able to complete a lot of the games in 3 weeks, give or take like the amount of streams that I'll be able to do and the amount of chapters that I'll be able to do in each stream. So I originally started this whole thing out as just like a fun thing to do during the summer, but obviously summer's only about 2.5 months long for me, and you cannot complete all of these Fire Emblem games in 2.5 months. Unless you're insane or speedrunning. I guess you could. You know, speedrunning is obviously a very, very viable strategy that plenty of people do. So, technically you could. But also, I am not a speedrunner. And I would probably never really try to speedrun. It's just not really my thing. I feel like there could be some games where it could be fun to do, but yeah, I feel like it would be a little stressful for me. Okay. I'm gonna go ahead and give the Levin sword over to... Okay, so either she can't use it, or she has... Oh, Sheeta's inventory is full. That makes sense. So, I'm just gonna have her drop the steel sword because it only has 3 uses left. And then I'm gonna go ahead and give Sheeta Levin sword, because obviously it does a set amount of damage, and Sheeta will be fast enough that she will be able to double this general, because I want to give her some more experience for her eventual promotion. Okay. And then, yeah, Bantu's still doing fine. Listen, they can make the conga line of enemy soldiers all they want, but Bantu has enough defense that he'll be able to handle them, and he doesn't have enough attacker speed to kill any of them. So they just have to stay in that line for as long as they can, or just go over and try a different strategy, which probably not going to help him out that much because Hardin has already given Wendell this tome. Okay. Awesome. And Wendell can go ahead, come up here, because why not? And we'll start fighting this boss. Oh, the javelin. She'd do nothing with the javelin. Oh yeah, that is a lot of attack. I don't want to mess with that. Okay. Marth can go ahead, get into place. And while Sheeta is working on the boss, I guess Rad can go ahead and also get some stuff from the convoy and maybe do some shopping. And Agma can get stuff as well. So can Minerva. Yeah, since Katria, I mean, not Katria, Sheeta is chipping down the boss to get a bit of experience, we might as well have some of these other guys get some stuff from the shops, because the sources are still a bit far away. It'll probably be, they'll come in about 1 or 2 turns, so I don't know if Sheeta will be able to kill the boss by then, but if she can't, then we always have Marth to do the final hits, because rapiers are very, very strong. I love the fact that you can get multiple rapiers in this game. You know, I didn't expect it because a lot of the time they're the big starting weapon for lords in Fire Emblem games, and usually you get like the one and maybe there will be another rapier later on, or sometimes you can buy them but it doesn't happen until mid to late game. So the fact that you can buy them basically from the start is very nice. Minerva can have a silver lance. She'll do amazing with that. And then I guess I'll go ahead and also just give her 2 steel swords. Okay. Yeah, she can use the silver lance. That's gonna be so nice. Hardin, convoy, and he can take I'll give him the silver sword. Why not? Can you use it? Okay, you can use it. Yeah. But yeah, while I'm over here, let's see if Caster can do any damage with the silver bow, because oh, he can! As long as he hits. He didn't hit. Oh well. She can keep doing her thing. Okay. Yeah. So, next turn, Sheeta should get the kill. Wendell can probably provide some chip damage. And then Marth can go ahead and seize. These guys are not close enough to attack any of these guys that are over at the shops and convoy. It's very good. Okay. I'll probably just go ahead and give Ogma a vulnerary from the shop. And then I think Rad is with him. It's either Rad or Caesar, but I think it's Rad. Rad can go ahead and get some weapons from the armory. Okay. Ogma, come down here. Go shopping. Bridge key? That sounds dumb. Ooh, wait. Actually, I'm gonna go ahead and get pure water. Because pure waters give you a resistance. It's similar to barrier where they give, I believe, 7 resistance. Which isn't too much, but that's still quite a bit considering that everyone has 0 resistance in this game. Minerva, go here. So it's gonna be a very, very good idea to try and get some pure water, but right now I don't think I'm gonna get that much, mainly because all of the cavalry units that could easily just come over here and kill Ogma and Rad. Yeah, they're right there. So no time to try and stock up on pure waters. We're just gonna need to kill this boss, who is at 19 HP. So Wendell can use Thunder to chip him down, and then Sheeta should get the kill. Accuracy should be high enough that, yeah, even if there was one miss, it would have been okay. So Sheeta, come here. Attack, 11 sword. And Zarov is dead. Yay. Dang, that's a lot of experience. Ooh, a speed ring. That could be nice. I don't know what it does, but that could be nice. Okay, and Marth will seize, and we'll end the chapter. Prince Marth, do you know of the Archbishop of Arcanea, Miloa? I have heard he was a great man and the wielder of Aura, a powerful spell. He protected Arcanea. It is my understanding that he fell fighting Garnef, who was allied with Dolar. That is so, but he had a daughter named Lind. It is said she inherited the magic of Aura. Unfortunately, we do not know where Lind is now. No one does. I fear that something terrible has befallen her. Please, seek her out. Her father is no more, so now we must protect her for now. For Arcanea's sake. To be continued. Save the game. And as I said, I'm gonna go ahead and end things there. You know, need to get these headphones charged. Streaming without headphones is okay, but, you know, I just really like hearing the music while I play. So, yeah, gonna go ahead, end it there. I am not gonna promise another stream tonight, but if I get what I need to do done, then there might be. Especially if I go ahead and I see if the next chapter is going to be quick. So, I'm going to say very slim chance of another stream, but probably not. If not tonight, then I will try my best to do one tomorrow night. And if not tomorrow night, there will be one Friday. So, you know, try and bear with me with this schedule that doesn't actually exist. And I hope everyone just has a good night. So, I'll see y'all whenever I see y'all.